YouTube, welcome back to the channel. It is the best 9 to 5 Warzone player on your timeline. In today's video, I'm dropping a long awaited video, and that is the best settings to use for Warzone 3 and Warzone Resurgence Ranked. So if you're looking for the best controller, graphics, or even audio settings, this is the video to watch. Before we hop into these settings, man, if you guys do enjoy any part of today's video, do consider dropping a big thumbs up, a sub on the channel, turn on post notifications for daily Warzone content. But let's hop straight into it. So hopping into the first segment, we're going to be focusing on the input, and that is going to be the controller settings. So for all my console players or even controller on PC, this is the segment to watch. All right, we're going to be taking a look over the input, and we are using controller. As I said, for the button layout, I am using a default button layout. That is because I have a Battle Beaver controller that has 2 buttons on the back, one to crouch and one to jump. However, if you do play on a default controller, whether that's Xbox or PlayStation, I do recommend going ahead and tossing on stick and move. The reason is because you could set up your R3 button, which your right button, the one that you aim with, to either drop shot or jump shot without moving your controller. That is the reason why people use scuffs or battle beavers, is because they don't need to move their controller while aiming to either jump or drop shot. Going down through these settings, man. All right, for the flipped, I do have it set on off. That is because I have mouse clicks as my triggers for my R2 and L2. If you do play on a default, I do recommend putting this setting on. That is going to flip your shooting from the R2 to the R1, and it's essentially going to make you shoot faster because it's going to take less time for you to click that button. Controller vibration, turn it off. It is going to be messing up your aim, so go ahead and put on that setting. For the next setting, we're going to go ahead and check out the dead zone settings, and the reason we're going to be checking this out is because a lot of people have stick drift on their controller, and this setting right here actually does help with that. So if you guys don't know what the stick drift does, essentially if you're not using your controller or touching it, if your controller has massive stick drift, it is going to move on its own, and it's going to move the right thumbstick. If you do increase the right thumbstick minimum, it means you need to put more pressure on your right thumbstick in order to move your controller. Moving on to the next tab. All right, I have the aiming set on the custom setting, and I have it set on 1.6, which essentially means that I'm playing on a 6.6 sensitivity. However, I do feel like having it on custom has a placebo effect in my head that makes me even aim a little bit better. For example, if you're trying to play on a 8.8 sensitivity, I would set this on 1.8 and 1.8 for the vertical. My recommendation for the horizontal and vertical is going to be a 6.6 sensitivity. That is what most of the pro players use. However, I would start at 6.6, and if it's too slow for you, I would increase it by increments of 1 and find a setting that fits you. I wouldn't go for anything more than 10, to be honest, just because at that point you're just trying to show off and do all that YY trick, and you really won't be able to shoot your enemies as straight as you can. Moving down to the ADS sensitivity multiplier, I have mine set on 0.85. That's because I like doing those micro adjustments while I'm ADSing with my weapon. It's much easier using a lower sensitivity, so 0.85. And then for all these settings right here, you guys could just copy all of these down. These really don't matter. The thing that really matters is going to be your aim response curve. I would switch this to dynamic. This just gives you the best tracking for your right thumbstick. For the target aim assist, you guys want to make sure you have this set on. The reason why a lot of these mouse and keyboard players complain is because they say that aim assist is basically aimbot, so take advantage of it. It's legal aimbot. Go ahead, put it on. All right, aim assist type, set that on default. Do not move it. Moving on into the gameplay tab. All right, automatic sprint. I have mine set on automatic tactical sprint. It's just easier to tack sprint, YY, slide cancel. All right, auto move forward, I have it set on off. For the tactical sprint behavior, I have it set on single tap. That just means that I have to move my thumbstick one time, all right, in order to tactical sprint. For the grounded mantle, I have this set on off. This is what actually makes you jump on objects while you're not looking at it. For example, you're in a gunfight, all right, and you want to jump shot, but there's a ledge behind you. You're actually going to mantle that ledge instead of jump shotting, so have this set on off. Moving down to the automatic airborne mantle, I have that also set on off. For the slide dive behavior, I have mine set on slide only. If you can get used to the hybrid setting, I would go ahead and try that out. However, I did try it for a couple days and it just didn't click in my head, so I went back to the sliding only. Plunging underwater, I have this set on trigger. Parachute automatic behavior, have this set on off. If you're playing Warzone, you don't want your parachute to auto deploy. Moving down to the combat behavior, I want you guys to just copy these settings down. All right, armor plate behavior, I have it set on apply all. This is just the best way to apply your armor in the game. If you click triangle once, it starts applying all of them. If you want to cancel it mid applying, you just click triangle again and it auto stops it. Moving on into the second tab. All right, we're gonna go ahead and look at the display settings. A lot of my console players, you guys won't see a lot of these settings, to be honest. So for my PC players, this is the section to watch. Display mode, if you're playing on a single PC or even a dual PC, have it on full screen exclusive. It's gonna give you the most frames. Display monitor, whatever monitor you're using. Display adapter, put your graphics card. I have a 3080, that's what I selected. For the screen refresh rate, this actually needs to change to 269, so I need to fix that myself. My monitor pushes out 270 hertz, so I want the maximum capacity for that. Display resolution, whatever you rock on your thing. I have a 1440, so that's what I'm rocking. Moving down into the NVIDIA latency, I have this set on plus boost. This actually does decrease the response time between what you click and what you see on screen. So have this set on plus boost. Really not going to take a lot from your frame. Moving down to the echo boost preset, I have this set on custom because I have my own settings. VSync, I have it set on off. VSync menus on off. Custom frame rate, yes, I have this set on 60 in the menus because I really don't need to stress my PC out. While in the game, I have this set on 300, even though my PC might not be able to push that. You just want to have this on 300 because why not? The more frames, the better. Moving into the quality tab, I have my graphic presets on custom because I have my own resolution. Resolution, have it at 100. Dynamic resolution, I have this set on off. Upscaling and sharpening, I want you guys to put fidelity cast. This actually does improve the way your game looks, and have this set on 100%. For the ray tracing, have this set on off. It's gonna torch your frames, so you don't want to do that. V-scale RAM target, have this set on 90. For the texture resolution, all of these settings really depend on if you want more frames or you want your game to look a little bit better. I don't really care just because I have two PCs, and 180 frames, to be honest, for me is more than enough. That's why I want the game to look pretty good. That's why I have it set on normal. Texture filter, I have this also set on normal. Detail, I have this set on low. Particle resolution on very low. You want to copy all of these settings down because these will make your game look really good while also not taking a lot away from the performance. So I want you guys to just copy all of these down right here. All right, shadow quality, I have it very low. It doesn't really matter. And tessellation, you want to have this set on all of them. And then volumetric quality, have this set on low. It really doesn't matter. It's just the lighting, and it takes a lot from your GPU and RAM. However, for the water quality, I want you guys to go ahead and put this on. The reason is, if you have this set on anything else, you're not going to be able to see enemies really in between the water. So have this set on all, and I promise you're going to be able to see people in the water. Moving on to the view tab, this is where your FOV comes in. My console players, you guys have this now. You guys have the FOV in Warzone. Take advantage of it. I'm rocking 120. You guys should rock 120. You want to see more on your screen, it's much easier. Also, it gives your character the effect of him running faster. So have this set on 120. Affected for the field of view, there's a massive difference. A lot of people say, oh, your gun looks like it has no recoil. That's because you guys are not using the affected ADS field of view. All right, a lot of you guys have this set on 120, but then have this set on independent, and this actually makes your gun look like it has a lot of visual recoil. So change it to affected, I promise you. Weapon field of view, have this set on wide. World motion blur, turn this off. It is going to distract you in game. Maybe it's going to give your game a better cinematic view. However, it is going to mess you up in game. You're not going to be able to see enemies whenever you're turning. So turn both of these off. Filmic grain, have this set on off. First person camera movement, have this set on least. It's actually how much your character shakes whenever there's a grenade or getting shot at. So have this set on least. I promise you, it's going to be the best thing to do. And lastly, for the last audio perk, all right, I am actually running that cheesy art of tune audio stuff. So for my console players, I apologize. You guys won't have these. All right, I have a custom thing that I could really hear people a little bit better than the people on console. But I have this set on PC speaker. Okay, then I have my auto tune, and then for the volumes, really, you guys want to lower this master volume down, and you don't really care about the dialogue. The effects are the most important thing. You want the effects to be at something that you could really hear. For my console players, I'd crank this up to even 100%, just so you could hear every single footstep that comes your way. That is all I have for these settings. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Once again, if you guys do, drop a big thumbs up, drop a sub on the channel, turn on post notifications. I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.